Holidays, I always open up the Monday class for anyone that wants to join, just as a gift. You have a day off. See how it feels to start this way. Yeah. So let's get really cozy. Kai is not here this morning. Those of you that know Kai, he's usually curled up in his donut next to me when he's not at grandma's at home. And he is the prime example of getting really comfortable. Blankies, side shavasana. I know he's at grandma's today. But you can imagine, right? And if you have a pet at home, they know how to get real cozy. So you can sit up, you're welcome to sit up, but you're also welcome to lie down. You're welcome to put your feet up on the couch. You're welcome to add an extra pillow behind you. The first part of our session today will be for loving kindness, which is always a Monday tradition in Rise and Shine. So you're going to be still-ish, whatever that means to you. And then we'll do the second half of class with some gentle movement. Yeah. I see that Sue is taking some sips of tea, coffee, water, something, something. So feel free to grab a sip. Really and truly, there's no right or wrong, as long as you're cozy. Yeah. So let's get settled in. Let's get settled in. And as we get settled in this morning, an invitation to make all those little micro shifts once you get into your overall place. And that might include a release through the jaw or a softening through the shoulders, the shoulder blade. Perhaps that's a softening of the belly so that there's more space for the breath. If you happen to be somehow squeezing a butt cheek or an inner thigh, maybe there's a little release that can happen there too. And then shift your awareness to your breath. And without changing anything at all, just follow the breath. Notice the air as it comes in through the nose on your inhale. And you're welcome on the exhale to also be through the nose, but you're also welcome to open the mouth if that feels good and exhale through the mouth. And again, no right or wrong. It's really what feels the best to you today in this moment. And as you continue to breathe, let's see if we can just allow ourselves to fully arrive. And maybe, just maybe, the brain is kind of pulling you in the direction of, ooh, you got this long to-do list. I call it my ta-da list, but maybe it's pulling you in the directions of the things that you need to do. Or maybe on the flip side, you don't have really any plans. And that might feel a little bit like, whoa, what am I going to do with myself today? Or maybe you're somewhere in between. However you are arriving, I want you to welcome yourself. Let those things fade into the background and allow this moment right here to be enough. With a love reminder in the biggest way that you are enough. Breathe into this place and keep arriving. Allow the breath to dance through you. Maybe you can listen and even feel a little shimmy in your cells of just the aliveness of you showing up and paying attention this morning. What a gift. What a miracle you are. Let's tune into that. And as we bring this awareness, this attention inward to ourselves with nothing to fix, we're going to offer ourselves first loving kindness. And we offer ourselves very intentionally loving kindness first for two reasons. One, so that we can really feel it within ourselves. It's kind of that cliche, right, of putting your own oxygen mask on before helping other people, putting your own seatbelt on before helping other people. That your experience first and foremost, and not in a selfish way, but in a way that allows you to feel more centered and grounded in and of itself. And so that when you offer loving kindness to other people, you're doing it from a place of fullness, from love. So starting with ourselves first, to you, from you, may I be kind to myself today. May I allow rest when it's needed or wanted. And that's a little extra shout out to any of my fellow nappers. I have recently reclaimed napping in the early afternoon. May I remember I am already enough. May I soften just a little and allowing these wishes to land in your bones, in your thoughts, in your heart, and receive them. And a big breath, maybe with a gentle little smile. And what I would love for us all to do next is to bring to mind and heart someone that you care really deeply about. It might be a friend, it might be a relative, it might be a little creature, a fuzzy friend who just brings you joy. Just the thought of them, and you like automatically want to smile. And from this place of love, offering them these very simple wishes. May you be safe. May you feel loved. May you know ease today. And then, just as if you're picking up one of those dandelions, those little wish blowers, I want you to imagine blowing on that so that the wishes, the seeds are spread. And then you get to let it go, and they will land how they land. And whoever you sent that to will receive with a reminder that they are on their own unique journey. And while your paths overlap, that they're ultimately on their journey and you're on yours. So come back to your sense of center, your sense of self, your breath right here in this moment. And bring to mind someone that's a little bit more neutral. It might be someone that you don't know as well. It might be a neighbor that you wave to, but you don't know their name. It might be someone that serves you coffee that you see a couple times a week or maybe every day. It might be someone that you just kind of know in passing, and offer them these simple wishes. May you feel connected. May your day unfold with a little extra grace. May you feel the quiet support of being part of something bigger. And then similarly, get that little imaginary wish blower, release those wishes, and come back to you. Feel your breath. Listen for your heartbeat. Feel into your own sense of self. Maybe get a little taller if you're in a seated position. Just like a little sunflower reaching up for the sun. And a big breath. I'm going to invite you next to bring to mind and heart someone who might be a little bit spicy, tricky, sticky, challenging. And we're going to challenge ourselves with this today. Sometimes I give the choice, but we're going to see if we can just give ourselves this little challenge. And I want to remind you with this one, we're not excusing any behavior. We're just softening the grip around the spiciness, so to speak. Yeah. And if you're like, oh, that feels too hard today, that's okay. You can totally choose a neutral person. But seeing if you can breathe a little bit more, soften the edges, soften the jaw. And whether it's someone challenging or someone neutral offering these wishes, may you be free from inner struggle. May you find peace in your own way. May you experience the healing that you need. And then once again, here's the practice. Send those wishes, blow the dandelion, release them, and come back to you. That's the magic. It's the practice. And take a big breath here. And we'll do one more round. And we'll imagine in our circle, Valerie and Cindy and Sue and Laura and Mama Linda and Gabriella and Tessa and Arlen and Ruthie and Veronica and Rachel and Karen in a circle. And maybe it's like at the beach with ocean waves in the background and sand under our toes and the sky up above. Just this beautiful spaciousness. May we be kind to ourselves today. May we allow rest when it's needed or wanted. May we remember we are already enough. May we soften just a little. And take a big breath here. And then just noticing into how you're feeling, not being attached to it. Just notice. Notice the edges of your body. And maybe even start to add some really teeny tiny little movement. Maybe it's a little wiggle of the fingers or an open and close of the mouth to release the jaw. Noticing any sounds that you might hear in addition to my voice. And whatever position you are in, allowing the movements to become a little bit bigger. And you're welcome to blink the eyes open. You're also welcome to keep them closed a little bit longer. If you do want to open them, maybe just looking down first, just for a little bit of visual feedback and information. And we'll find our way slowly, gently back into our bodies. And if you happen to be in a chair, you're going to stay there. That's especially for you, Mama Linda, recovering from that knee surgery. And if you are in a bed, maybe come to a seat. If you're on the ground, Give your legs a little shimmy if you've been seated that whole time. And we're going to start together in an upright position. And we're going to do kind of an aloha to the whole body today, just to kind of get through all of the body parts. So as you're ready, we'll just start with a beautiful, gentle little inhale as we gaze upward. Is that often being held, Valerie? That was a full cat hold. Good luck, love. Exhale, chin towards chest. Inhale, gaze upward and stay within a range of motion that feels good. So if you go to a certain point and you're like, ugh, and you start to grimace, go a little bit less. Stay out of pain, stay out of unpleasant sensation, gravitate towards what feels good. Go ahead and take one more little yes up and down. And the next time that the chin comes into the chest, take a little sacred pause there, relax the jaw, slide the chin over to one shoulder. Take a nice big breath there. Good. And then slowly slide through the center all the way to the second side. Take a nice big breath there. And then come back to center and up. Give yourself a few little shoulder rolls, and maybe they're together. Maybe you want to do them separately. Maybe you want to add a little for the morning. I don't know. If you're feeling flirtatious, you could. Good. And then from here, pick a side, either side, and just give a nice big brush, almost like you got sand on yourself when we were at the beach, maybe. And then just brushing all the way down for a little skin stimulation. And then traveling in that part of the arm that doesn't see as much of the sunlight. If your armpit's not sweaty, feel free to get up in there too. Good. And then find one collarbone and just go up and down. If it feels tender, maybe stay with that nice little easeful rub. If it's not as tender, make a little cup and do a little shiatsu clap there. And just waking ourselves up, yeah, in the most delicious way. Let's go ahead and get that second side you started at the top today. Maybe a nice big breath and just brushing on down. This is one of my favorite things to do in the morning when I'm first in bed, is just to give a little rub down. Good. And then again, coming to that collarbone. And either keep that going or take that little cupped hand and give some little gentle papows there. And we'll go ahead and take our hands to hearts, big circles around. Ah, hello, body. Yeah. Hello, gorgeousness. Oh my gosh, it just made me think of that song. Do you know the song by, I think it's Mary J. Blige, Good Morning, Gorgeous? I haven't heard that in a while. It's one of my favorite songs for the morning time. You might want to listen to that when we're done. Ribs are next, friends. And then taking hands to solar plexus, let's take a little sacred pause there, relax the shoulders. This is a really beautiful energetic point for really standing in confidence in your center. Good. Take another big breath, maybe the biggest of your day so far here. And then take some circles. It's going to go to your left side of your body, down, and then up to the right side. So kind of following the path of processing not just food, but also processing thoughts and emotions. Yeah. Does life be lifing? Right? Right? So much happening. See some head nods. And then from here, we'll go and allow the chin to come into the chest. Make a gentle little fist. And you're going to go right to the low back. You're just going to do a little rub up and down there. And if that, similarly to the collarbone, if you're like, ooh, yeah, that's a little tenderoni, you can just keep that going. If you want to add little papows, you can add a gentle little kind of almost like a knocker. And if you're doing that, it's really fun, new friends, to make noise and everybody feel the vibration that you're creating. Oh, yeah. Another big breath. And then we'll come back to center. If you've been crisscross gait, maybe give your legs a little shimmy shake there. And then we'll take some circles around, feeling into hips, feeling into that core being activated. Feeling into all these amazing bones and muscles and systems, reverse direction in your body that support you, right? Just give them some little whoop whoop energy. Amazing body. And then we'll go ahead and take a figure four. So if you're in a chair, you're going to simply cross one leg and you'll take a little baby hinge forward. If you're on the ground with me, give yourself a couple little wrist rolls. And for some of you, it might feel peachy keen just to take the hands back and invite that leg in. If your hip is a little tighter, or it's like, oh, it just feels a little awkward, you're welcome just to roll on down and take that figure four on the ground. I like the seated one sometimes because it just gives a little extra stretch for my low back when I'm seated upright. So no right or wrong. Again, just what feels best to you. If you are seated though, we're gonna lift actively out of your shoulders. I like to call this like when you drop down, it's kind of like the post mimosa or margarita on the beach. And if you lift up, there's the pre mimosa or margarita. So just lift on up. And if you're seated or laying down, you might, or actually any of them, any of those variations, you might add a little gentle rock as you breathe into that outer hip. Good. And I love that Rachel's cat just walked by in the background. So much cat energy today. Let's take another big breath there, and then we'll simply swap sides. And if you're seated on the ground, again, feel free to give yourself a few little wrist rolls. And then we'll go ahead and swap our sides. Lift out of your shoulders if you're on the ground like me. Maybe give yourself that little rock. Hello, outer hip. Nice. And another big breath. If you are in a chair, go to the edge of your chair, take one leg out and get a hamstring stretch. If you're on the ground, you can just kind of have one leg. You can also put a pillow. We won't be here for too long. If you're on the ground though, bend the knee, give that hamstring a little love, and then find a nice easeful forward fold. It's coming from the hip, not from rounding forward. We're coming from that little baby hip hinge. Some of you, if you're on the ground and you're a little bit more open, might be able to grab the tootsies, but no pressure. Yeah. And we're feeling into this whole back leg line go, hello, love. Yeah. Yeah, and if you're on the ground, I see Gabriella's got tootsies to the sky, foot to the air. That's a beautiful version as well. You look like you're in flash dance right now. Very appropriate. Let's go ahead and simply swap our sides. As you're ready, maybe give a little rub to the back of the leg and find that little hinge. And if the shoulders are trying to help out there, they don't need to. They can drop down. Sometimes we have parts of our body that try to get involved, and it's like, it's okay. You don't need to work. May there be more ease within the efforting, right? Good, let's take another big breath. And if you're on the floor, take a nice long extended butterfly, brush all the way up and down and get into the soles of the feet as well. And there, Mama Linda's doing it too from her chair. I love it. And we are going to find our way on up to the top. And you can get up however you want. At the last retreat, we kept singing that over and over again. Maybe you're like, I'm on the beach and I'm going to stand on up. Maybe you want to plank to a down dog. Maybe you want a low lunge. One of my favorites is imagining myself as a toddler and getting up in a different way than what my normal patterns are. But there's, again, no right or wrong. It's just, how do you want to get up? Get on up. Hey, give yourself a little shakeout as you arrive. Give yourself a little bounce out. And we're going to see if we can go through the whole body one more time. We'll start with my version of a sun salutation. So as you're ready, take a nice big inhale, reach up, look up. And if you're still transitioning, take your time. Soften your knees. Exhale, fly forward from the hips. On your inhale, slide the hands to the shins, straighten the knees, reach the crown of the head forward. As you release, soften the knees, give your head a little shake. Look at your belly button and slowly, gently melt up. Good. As you come up, take a little staggered stance with your legs. Find an earthy little bounce. And for both knees and ankles, take a little baby circle. It's almost like little mini hula hoops. On their own path, these can be as small or as big as you like, and reverse direction. Nice. And then simply swap your sides, find that earthy little bounce. Good. And then find that little hula hoop-ish, circle-ish path. Good. And simply reverse direction. And then go ahead and keep your feet as they are. Stand up nice and tall. So straightening the legs and take a few little rolls to that front pinky edge of the outer foot. Let's take a nice big inhale here and big exhale. And then we'll swap our feet. Little roll to that front pinky edge, big inhale and big exhale. Good. Coming back to center, take your knees all the way together. Give some little circles around there with a shout out to the warriors doing their best effort. I think it was Clay that used to do this before he got in the game. Reverse direction if you haven't already. Good. And then come back to together. Give a little shake out and find that next sun salutation. Big inhale, reach up, look up. Soften the knees, exhale, fly. Inhale, halfway lift, send the crown of the head forward, the sits bones back. Exhale, release. Give your head a little shake. Soften the knees, maybe just a teeny bit more. And as you roll up vertebrae by vertebrae, the head will be the very last part. Good. As you come up, give yourself a couple shoulder rolls, soften your knees, and really small, almost internal, take some little pelvic circles around. And if the low back is chatty, it might be so small that it's not even visible, right? So again, that idea of staying in what feels good and reverse direction as you're ready. Big breath. And then invite the feet even wider than shoulders, and take those bigger hula hoops. I just got a little hip crack. Anyone else get a little snap, crackle, pop, Rice Krispie, and reverse direction. Good. And from here, we'll step, heel toe, or baby bunny hop back on in and find your breath. Big inhale, reach up, look up, maybe wiggle the fingers. Soften the knees, exhale. Inhale halfway, and just notice as we do this a few times how familiar it can feel to the body. Maybe give the arms a little shake, soften the knees, and a slow, gentle melt up. Good. As you come up, we're going to take a few body rolls for the spine. Hands can come to thighs if you want. And just a little melt over and then around up. And then see if you can smooth it out a little bit. There might be some sticky little spots in there. That's okay. Send the breath and imagine yourself almost like you're in a waterfall or river rafting and you're just wee. In fact, Valerie's the queen of wee. It might actually feel better to say wee while you do it. Yeah, it totally, right? It just changed the whole thing. Look at that. Take one more roll through the spine. Good. Come on back up to center, going right into that next sun salutation. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fly like an eagle. Did you sing the song? Inhale halfway. Exhale, release. Little head shake and roll it on. Good. As you come up, give yourself some shoulder rolls. If it feels okay, shoulder and elbow. And if your shoulders are like, actually, I think I could do a little something more, shoulder, elbow, and potentially fingertip. But if the shoulders are like, hey, boo, that's a little too much, just stay with that smaller range of motion. Good. Take one more round. Take a little drape up and over, look down, give yourself a nice big shake out for that shoulder release. And then find a pendulum, find some big circles in one direction and reverse direction. And the second side, draping up and over, shake it on out, maybe make some noise with it. Everyone's muted. Circle direction, pick one, and reverse direction. And as we come back through center, we're going to do our final sun salutation as we get ready to come to close. Big inhale, reach up, feel your whole body reaching up to the sky, reaching down to the earth. Exhale, soften the knees and fly heart forward. Again, as you inhale, reach that heart even more forward. Exhale, release, and let this be the slowest, most gentle roll up like you're stacking your personal castle of love. And as you come up to the top, we'll give ourselves a few little shoulder rolls once again. Take a nice big inhale, tall. Exhale, take the ear to the shoulder. Good. Inhale, pass through center. Exhale, ear to the shoulder. Good. Inhale, tall. Exhale, over. Inhale, tall, and exhale, over. Good. Coming back to the center, land your hands over your heart. Take some little circles around here. Soften the gaze to the ground or close the eyes. Take the hands, palms pressed, and namaste. Allow the thumbs to rest like a little hummingbird at your heart. Lift your heart, soften your shoulders. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel all of your aliveness within you, within each breath, within each heartbeat. Thank yourself for showing up to your practice today. And as always, como siempre, sending you off with so much love and gratitude. Namaste.